Hey, welcome back, everybody. Thanks for joining us. My name is Mr. Reality. If you like what I do, you can go to my Ko-Fi page listed down below, ko-fi.com/reality forecast. And I'm here with psychic medium Liz Cross, and I thought we could talk to the spirit of Robert Redford.
Oh, yes, please. Absolutely. I'm excited about this one.
So on your Patreon, we asked the members to submit their questions, and we're going to go through a lot of those. There were 60 of them, so thank you for all your questions. We appreciate it. Just can we connect with the spirit of Robert Redford now, and can you tell us what he looks like, what he's wearing?
He's pretty handsome. He's projecting himself as a bit younger, but he's got that rugged look. He's handsome and his energy feels really good. What is he wearing? He dressed up for us. He does have a suit on.
Oh, thank you. How would he like to be remembered?
How would you like to be remembered? As a genuine, nice person.
Did he have any favorite actresses to work with?
Ooh, funny you should mention that. He loved the women and he got around with a lot of women.
I think
And
we meant professionally, not in the bedroom, but whatever he wants to answer is fine.
well, no, I mean like in the bedroom, he was a ladies' man. I mean, he really was. He was a charmer. He says they couldn't turn me down, which is probably true. Certainly around that era. Um, he liked so many women. I mean, he says, I love them all.
Okay. Biggest accomplishment in your life, do you feel?
He's talking about doing like plays. He said plays are much harder, like doing live audiences. Plays
Mhm.
are much harder than, the recordings and it live is very difficult. And that's what he says is one of his biggest acting accomplishments because you have to keep a straight face. You can't screw up. If you do screw up, you have to, recover it very quickly. Try not to make everybody else laugh because you screwed up because everybody knows that there's a screw up. He said that was very difficult.
You married only German women, spoke fluent German, and why were you drawn to the German culture? Any past lives from Germany?
Ooh, you married him. Oh, he loved German women. Were there any past life? Oh, yes, 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 yes. Lots of past lives in Germany. Yes. Uh, he was in Germany. How long were you in Germany? Ooh, he was knocking around in Germany for a good 700 years. Before that, it was sort of the Poland area, Hungary area, and then Russia.
These are questions from the Patreon members too. Somebody suggested that you're gender fluid, and that you may have been involved with director Pollock or Paul Newman. Is that true or not true?
Ooh, were you involved with director Paul Newman? Absolutely false, he says. People
Okay.
love to have rumors. You know, being as big, he says, as he was, he had a lot of haters that would try to take him down. And that was one way to try to take him down. But
Okay.
no, he says that was absolutely not true. Look how handsome he is there. That's kind of like what he is presenting himself to me here.
Yeah.
That hair and face. Yeah.
What makes a good actor, in your opinion?
Oh, what makes a good actor in your opinion? So he's saying, Liz, it's kind of like trance mediumship. And I'm like, oh, really? How? And he says, well, you really have to step into the body of the character that you're playing. You have to completely erase who you are to become this other person. And I'm like, well, yeah, that is kind of like trance mediumship, where you allow the spirit to step into the body and then just take over and give you, give messages to the audience. However, I would not advocate for that. That is not Liz endorsing trance mediumship. I think it's
Correct.
quite scary, but that is what his analogy is.
Did he have any psychic tendencies or mediumship abilities when he was alive?
Did you have any psychic or mediumship? No.
Uh, Besides her death, how come you and Natalie Wood ever became an item? Someone asked.
Oh, you mean it's despite them being in spirit, right?
Yeah, an item, I guess, IRL.
Were you and Natalie Wood ever an item? Were you an item with Natalie Wood? No, but she did flirt with him a lot. She did like him a lot. He just wouldn't go there with her. Um,
Things may have turned out differently had you. Did he know
mm.
about her untimely death? Did he know the circumstances or did he suspect?
Did you know about her? Yeah, did you know about the circuit? Yeah, he says everyone suspected that. That is nothing new in the circles in Hollywood. Like everybody knew, everybody suspected. People stayed away.
Do you have a favorite past life as a human and then as a non-human?
Do you have a favorite past life as a human? He does. He's talking about this past life. And how long ago was that? It was several hundred years ago. Gosh, okay. Where his parents had had lots and lots and lots of children. This is somewhere in here. Was this in Germany? I feel like this is in Poland, he says. And they had all girls, right? And then they finally had a boy. And that was Robert Redford. And he was absolutely spoiled rotten by his sisters. Lots of sisters. I'm talking like six, seven, maybe how many sisters? About nine. He says nine sisters. And you were number 10. Yes, he was number 10. And he was the only boy in the family. He absolutely loved it. They doted on him. He was spoiled rotten. He felt super loved in that lifetime. There was no expectations other than he was a boy and everybody loved him.
Did they live in a shoe?
Right. Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Um,
And
as an
then
activist for the, go ahead.
the non-human lifetime. Let's ask, what was your favorite non-human lifetime? It's some sort of insect that could jump and fly. He loved the freedom of being able to jump and fly. He likes that. It's like every kid's dream, right? When they're little. And I can totally understand what he's saying here. I really like him. Um, when kids are little, they want to fly, right? They want to
Yeah,
they jump. So they'll jump off of furniture or they'll jump off of the ground and
right.
flap their wings, flap their arms. And what he's saying is like, I could do both. I could jump as this insect and I could fly. And it was just the best feeling in the world.
So when I was a kid, I was able to do that as well. I learned to fly, and the secret is throwing yourself at the ground and missing, and then you just bounce back up. But it's a trick. As a activist writes for Indigenous people, did you have any past lives as a Native American? And what can you tell us about those, or why did you championship that cause?
Oh, why did you championship the cause? He just felt like their energy resonated with him. Did you have past lives as Indigenous? Oh, yes, but he was in South America more than
Hmm.
he was in the US, but he definitely had native tribes, which nothing massively unusual, okay? We all came from somewhere, right? So most of us have had tribal lifetimes, but it feels as if he carried that vibration with him, even in the lifetime of Robert Redford. It was a way he could find peace in his very busy, chaotic, superficial life, he says.
As someone who knew Marilyn Monroe, can you share your perspective on being around her?
Very intoxicating. Like her
She was
energy was.
intoxicated or she was intoxicating?
He's laughing. And I said, "Why are you laughing?" He goes, "Well, sometimes a bit of both." But her energy was very intoxicating to uh men, is
Hmm.
what she says. Is what he says. Sorry. I've got her standing here now.
Oh, well,
And I'm
the
like,
questions
Marilyn, yeah, this is
continue,
Robert's interview, not yours. You got
but they want
to
to know
sit
about the circumstances surrounding her death as well. If that was something by her own hand or
him.
something happened not by her own hand.
Marilyn, how did you die? She was killed.
Does she know what purpose or why she said something or did something or whom were the killers? I guess we'd say that now. It's been a
Oh.
period of time.
Um, why were you killed? She had too many state secrets. She knew too much. She was a big confidant for Kennedy, but her room was bugged. Her everywhere she went was bugged. They were always listening,
So
and
was
she
it the
knew too
Kennedys or was it
much.
the feds?
Was it the Kennedy? No, it wasn't the Kennedys. No, he would never hurt me. So who was it then, Marilyn? CIA.
Okay.
The
Well,
same
Marilyn,
people that killed Kennedy, she says. Oh God, now he's turned up. Okay, you're all gonna have to go sit
we're
down
going to
over
have
there.
to get back to you guys. If you want to take a seat in the green room, we'll come back to you for the next commercial break. Um, I wanted to say to Robert Redford, thanks for letting those people join us there. We'll get to you guys next. Um, let's ask another question to Robert Redford. Will you be back on the planet Earth or will you be moving to another planet in your next lifetime?
Be back to planet Earth. Oh yeah, he's coming back here. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Did he believe in aliens?
When you were here on the Earth plane, did you believe in? He did. When he was here on the Earth plane, do you believe in them now? Yes, he does.
What stories did he hear that he maybe never shared for, didn't want to be stigmatized during his lifetime that he could share with us now about UFOs or ETs or any confidential experiences people shared with him?
Did you have any UFO experience? Did you have any experiences with not in this lifetime, but definitely there were stories around Hollywood all the time. But was there ever anyone brave enough to take that bold step and to create a movie about contacting or contact with UFOs? I mean, what he says is you had to find investors to invest in your movies, and that was always so controversial. Oftentimes you couldn't find investors for those types of films, and so whilst they were extremely fascinating, some of them true stories, he says, because he would read scripts, um, they would call and ask him about his opinion. What do you think about this idea? What do you think about that? This idea
Hmm.
was submitted, or this book, but you could never get the funding for it. It was very rare.
This leads into some good questions from JJ and asking about can movies deliver negative energy to the viewing public?
Mm. All the time.
And how does that energy like reflect or show itself? Is it karma? Is it like darkness? How does it manifest?
How does that? It stirs up darkness within the soul, within the being, the body, and it can either make you very uncomfortable or it can bring out some dark, ugly personality traits that then start to be expressed by the individual. So that's not good.
Right.
Um, But, if it gives you that feeling of uncomfortable, well, then that is a signal, he says, for you. You've got to fix that within yourself.
How does that karma work on the directors, on the movie producers, and then the audience? Because we don't think about the people that are involved with making the film, but did the negative karma or, you know, negativity affect and swell over into them in some way?
It can, yes, because if you know that the message is harmful, then you can reap dark karma. I mean, he's saying there were movies that he just absolutely would not do
Hmm.
because they were dark, they were dreary. He didn't like the message with it. He's like, I'm lucky I had that choice to turn down movies and films, storylines. He he didn't like that. He preferred, thought provoking, but he also preferred mediocre to happy endings. Like maybe the happy, maybe the ending wasn't always happy, but it wasn't absolutely terrible, pulling on such deep, dark emotions, low vibrational energy.
Someone asked, what negative lessons did you learn or experience from being attractive?
Oh, he likes this question. He's laughing at us. What, well, in his case, he said there were no negative lessons at all. I mean, it worked to his advantage, he says. That's why he was paid a lot of money because of his looks and because his ability to act went along with his looks. I mean, looks are very beneficial. So let's ask this question. Do you still, now that you're on the other side and you just said you made so much money and fame and fortune and from your looks, do you believe that beauty is still powerful, exceptionally powerful? He says it's one of the most powerful things you can possess as long as you use it to your advantage.
Mhm.
But there is a downside to being beautiful,
Oh.
particularly for women, he says, that do not know their self-worth. So they can fall prey to very bad men. I mean, it's almost like a currency is what he's saying. You can use it as a bargaining tool. If you have more choices if you're beautiful, more opportunities. But I'm going to say to him this. I have a friend who is very, very beautiful, and yet she has not had a date in years. And she has the nicest personality. She's actually a singer, very, very talented, a songwriter. Why isn't she getting a date? Well, now this is another downside of the beauty. He says, well, because it could be very intimidating. So men that
Mm.
would like to ask her out, they don't have the confidence they don't think that they measure up to her, and her talent has a lot to do with it as well, he says.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, that's interesting. Like it could be seen as a negative from that standpoint that you're so pretty or beautiful that people are scared to approach you,
Well,
and
back to
she's
him.
like the most approachable person ever.
Uh, Redford revealed in interviews that he was insecure about being an actor. So where did that insecurity stem from? And was he just trying to, be more affable, or did he really believe that?
Did you have insecurity? Yeah, I mean, it wasn't until he saw the reviews of the critics that he felt okay with the job that he had done. But you never know. The last thing you want to do is to star in a flop and then get laughed out of town. That'll ruin your whole career. So that's where the insecurity came from. It was,
Hmm.
will the public like it? Will the audience still love me? Will they still think that I'm worthy? But you know, you have one bad film and you could be history in Hollywood.
Did he like to go back and watch his old films? Like more recently, the last 10 or 15 years?
Did you ever go back in the last 10 or 15 years and watch your old film? No. No, he said I left that personality where it was. He had a lot of health battles, I feel, towards the end, he's telling me. And he turned into somebody who was fighting battles.
Judy stood next to you at the 1981 Academy Awards, and she wanted to know, you're a keen environmentalist, so what piece of advice can you give us all to help Earth?
Oh, really? Wow. Um, what can you? The earth is definitely changing, and our bodies as human beings are not keeping up with the evolutionary changes necessary in order to live in this constantly changing environment. Okay?
So what does that mean?
What does that mean? You know, we have to create bodies that are stronger, that can withstand the toxins and pollutions. I'm like, will we ever get rid of all this stuff? He's saying, no, it's here to stay. What about the forever chemicals? Will they ever find? No, no. They can't find a solution. So you mean to tell me the only solution, he says, is to ban all this stuff, which they won't do because it's too profitable for the big corporations.
Right.
And of course, that'll make our prices of everything go up yet again if we start being environmentally conscious about, wrapping things in plastics, maybe going back to glass. And I'm like, yeah, but you remember, Robert Redford, surely when things came in glass bottles, yeah, but it wasn't cost effective. And he said, Liz, they're trying to maximize profit here. And that's all that's they're profit driven. They're
Well, in the
not
future,
environmental. Yeah. They're
we can
not
upload our
environmentally.
consciousness into our Optimus robots and then won't have to worry about that toxic environment that we live in, right?
Oh, you mean like transplanting our consciousness into robots? So will they not, going forward, will our bodies be able to withstand No, he's saying no, we will until there's DNA modifications within us, right? Not artificial DNA modifications like adaptability, DNA modifications. We are going to start getting more diseases. We're going to die out faster. And I'm like, well, what about all of the medical advancements that are being made? Will the medical advancements be able to keep up with? He's saying no, with the amount of damage that the environment is doing to us. So his personal thoughts, feelings, and opinions, that's a no.
Is he working on coming back yet? Or does he have a time to, chill out for a while?
Are you working on coming back? Not yet. He's kind of hanging out with his mom. He loves his mother. He missed her, and he's just reconnecting with his family. They're talking about plans, but nothing really concrete as of yet.
Does he want to come back as a movie star again?
Do you want to come back as a movie star again? Oh, he would love that.
Hmm. Okay. Um, what was your favorite movie?
Hmm. That he was in or
Yeah.
just in
No, that he
general?
was in, that he worked on.
What was your favorite movie that you worked on? Butch Cassidy?
That was a big one. Yeah.
Oh, was it? Okay. Butch Cassidy.
1969.
It
Why?
was a fun movie. It was fun to film. It was a fun movie to make. They had so many laughs. There were so many bloopers. It was just fun. And he was young and vibrant and naive, he says, and he just enjoyed it. Yeah, like all that kind of stuff.
What was it like working with Paul Newman?
It was difficult. Why? He
How?
has a difficult personality.
How so? What was difficult about him?
so difficult about Paul? He was just impossible. He had really high standards. I mean, obviously that made him great, but he nitpicked, he criticized, he was very moody. He believes now he was suffering from a major personality disorder, very
Hmm.
conflicted, very troubled person.
Wow. Since your mother died when you were 18, why did she choose to leave you so early? And was that like a karmic decision that was made pre-Earth incarnation?
Why did she choose to leave you so early? Freedom, freedom. Um, Mother was very, just smothered him and wanted good things for him, but the stuff that goes on in Hollywood, it would have just, she would have lost her mind.
Hmm. What's his real opinion on Hollywood?
What is your real opinion on Hollywood? It's a cesspit.
Does he see that changing, or is he just becoming more sassy?
Ceci, you're so funny. Um, do you see that? No. And now they're moving it outward, like there's an expansion of Hollywood where the laws are not so tight anymore. They can get away with more. So it's actually when they're moving to these new places, these newer states, and they're setting up shop, there's a lot more leniency on the restrictions, on the rules, regulations. And so, those rules are there for a reason because people were used and abused and treated badly, false promises, lots of he's saying lots of abuse in the field, in the industry. So he says now they're spreading back out. It's almost to the point where it's over regulated that it's inoperable, and they're moving to these other places, and the abuse and the maltreatment of individuals is going to become commonplace again.
Oh no.
I know.
That
Not that
sucks.
it isn't already. We
Right.
know that it is, but at least there are regulations in place. But no, it's going to be a free for all.
Did he like doing the sting?
He loves it.
Again with Paul Newman, but it was hard, I guess, because, Paul again.
Well, Robert Redford knew how to work around difficult personalities, and, he knew that it was a means to an end. That's what he was paid to do. And, that's if that's what your job description is, then you got to do it.
Somebody remembered hearing that you had died on the news, and they're wondering if that was a Mandela effect. Was there a reality in which you died, or are they misremembering things?
Oh, was there a reality in which you died? No, no, that was fake news, false news.
Okay. Is it possible to have a relationship romantically with someone in spirit?
As in someone here on the earth plane having a romantic
Yeah, like
relationship?
ghost love, I guess. I don't know.
Oh, no.
Why not?
Uh, well, he's saying in order to have romance, you need a physical body. That's not available. So it's an empty romance. You can love someone from afar with the love in your heart, but it's not a romantic relationship. That was a really good question.
Thank you, Stephanie, for throwing that one at us. Did you enjoy directing and acting in The Company You Keep, filmed in Vancouver?
Do you enjoy the company you can? I mean, he was very stern. Um, And he knew, he complains about Newman being particular, but when he becomes a director, he was also extremely particular. He's like, your name and reputation is on the line. You have to be. But overall, I mean, he got along with most people.
Well, how much more difficult was it to direct than just to be an actor from his POV?
Oh, was
Or
it more
maybe one's
difficult?
easier than the other. I don't know which one's easier.
Which one was easier, being a director or being an actor? An actor was easier because you only had to think about really yourself. A director, you got to think about everything and make sure that everything is perfect.
Were you involved in any secret societies?
Ooh, were you involved in any secrets? No.
Looking back on your life, what do you think defined your acting career?
Well, looking back on your life, what do you think defined your acting career? I mean, really, it was his looks that defined his acting career, according to him.
Who was the hardest director he worked with? And was he difficult to emulate them, or were they just cut of the same cloth?
Ooh, but did you have a lot of difficult directors? Not, I mean, not really. Uh, they gave him a lot of leeway because of who he was. I mean, you can't make the talent upset, right? Because if you do, you could lose your talent. You want to make sure your talent is is not squandered, uh squashed by a director, because directors can do that. They can ruin you to the point you don't even want to be there anymore. So,
Hmm.
I mean, did you ever have a director that did that to you? He's saying no.
Oh, did he watch his old films? I don't remember if I got the answer to that one or if I heard it. Like
Did
in the
you
last 10 or
watch?
15 years?
We asked that one, but that's a no.
Okay, he didn't. Because I was trying, I couldn't remember the name of the movie that he liked the best, but he hasn't. I guess he hasn't watched them, so we're the only ones watching them now. What does he feel is, was there a decision that made him want to leave Hollywood ever before, like when he was doing lots of movies? And what was the pivotal reason that he finally left?
Um, so the first part of that question, I'm sorry, is
Was there a decision that he made early on to say, I'm done with Hollywood? Like, was he exasperated at some point and then he came back and kept doing more films? Was
was
he ever
there,
just disgusted so much with Hollywood that he decided, I'm leaving?
did you ever like leave Hollywood and then come back? I mean, not really. There were times that he was overworked and he wanted a break, and he would get burned out. But what ultimately, when you did leave, it was just time to go. He wanted to exit on a high note. It was just time to go.
Well,
Make
all his
room for the
flaws.
new talent.
Received 87. So, yeah, I guess that's a good one to go out on. Did he ever feel spiritually guided by the decisions he make, or was he more logic based?
Did you ever feel spirit? No, no. And he also had a manager that would
Uh,
help make a lot of the decisions.
Looking out among people now, how is he more connected to people that enjoyed his body of work than when he was an actor?
Do you feel more connected now? No, I mean, he's kind of left that Robert Redford persona behind here on
Really?
the Earth plane. He's just enjoying being a soul again, although it was a phenomenal lifetime. He loved every moment of it.
How many
Um,
other human souls or incarnations are on the bookshelf?
how many other incarnations have you had? What number are you? Oh, he's close to 400.
And what density is he?
Where are you on the ascension ladder? He's close to 4.
Can he explain to us kind of how living on the earth plane is different than existing on the soul God plane?
How is being on the earth plane different than being on the God plane? On the God plane, you have no worries, no judgment, no politics. Uh-oh.
That's another probe.
I know. I know, I just thought that. According to Robert Redford, there's no, no politics, no anger being spewed out of the television screen. I mean, the job of Hollywood was to engage
Mouthpiece.
and activate, yeah, those emotions. Like that's what you want. You need to bring emotions out of people, whether it's happy, sad, laughter,
Hmm.
fear, with horror films, or disgust, or whatever it is. I mean, that is the job of a good Hollywood producer and
That's a
writer.
good point. Yeah. So, to that question, then, was he ever pressured when, as Robert Redford, he was going to make a movie by higher up powers that told him he had to change things to change the message of the story?
Did you ever feel pressure to change the message of? No, he wouldn't change the message of the story. If it was something he didn't like, he just wouldn't do it. He's not gonna do that. Um, there were lots of things that were reviewed that he did not like, and he just did not do them.
What greatest thing is he sad that he had to leave behind down here on the earth plane with us?
Um, his family and his cat.
Hmm. Did he go to the funeral?
Yes. Now that's something that is consistent when we ask that question. Everybody sees their funeral
Hmm.
after they've passed. Everybody sees their funeral, and they also see the disposal of the body.
You have to come back for that because you leave the body when you pass on.
Yes, you come back in spirit and you see that.
Is it
Because
possible to go ahead?
sorry, let me give you this. Because you are also paying respects to that body. Thank you. You're giving gratitude.
Ah, is it possible just to keep the body working with electricity even after the soul has decided to leave? I mean, I'd like to keep my body animated forever with proper batteries.
No.
Hmm. Well, I'll get working on that. If you could remember for one thing, actor, director, activist, father, which would he choose to be remembered for and why?
You're so funny about working on that. I'm going to electrify my body so that I can, like, it could just sit here existing without a soul. Um,
The show will never end, Liz.
I know, I know. Um, Liz will be, so who's going to do me? Right? You'll be
You'll still be
hosting
there, but
and
I have to
no.
get another medium to talk to Liz. So,
Oh my God. Okay. Lover.
oh,
Mm-hmm.
why is that?
Because that's something that you can't do in the spirit world.
Can't you give people a little tingle?
He thinks that's really funny, and I do too. No,
All right. Well, everybody, thank you very much for your questions. Those were fantastic. I really appreciated them. Robert Redford, thank you for doing this with us. Everyone else that joined in, we'd like to get to you soon. And again, thanks, Liz, for your company. It's always appreciated. You're awesome.
Oh, so were you. And Mr. Reality does have a tip jar listed down below. Thank you. This was fun. I really enjoyed connecting with him. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks, Robert.